Welcome to the Raymond School Fields, where we are here to bring you some more Brockton Blazers softball. Tonight we have a South Shore Summer Softball League 12U White-1 division matchup between visiting Halifax and the hometown Brockton Blazers. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups, and we'll start with visiting Halifax. We have Emma leading off, Riley batting second, Allie batting third, Kaylee in the cleanup spot, Morgan batting fifth, Grace batting sixth, Gracie batting seventh, Molly batting eighth, Quinn batting ninth, and Kat batting 10th. We'll get to the Brockton lineup in depth before the Blazers come up to bat in the first. But we are just about set for our first pitch to kick things off as Emma stands in for Halifax. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Tyshana, the starting pitcher here for the Blazers. The pitch, down and outside, ball one. One and two the count now here on Emma. And the pitch, down low, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyshana set, and the 2-2 pitch just misses, and the count's full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a line drive over to third, and it's caught there by Cassie for the first out of the inning. One down now here in the inning as Riley steps into bat. She squares to bunt, and first pitch is a strike. Tyshana gets set, she squares the bunt again, down low, counts evened up at a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1, she squares again, and she takes a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Riley, 1 away in the top half of the first inning. The pitch misses up high, evens the count up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swinging a line drive into right field for a hit. Riley will round first, but she will hold there, and she has herself a 1-out single. Oh, the throw gets away, and she ends up taking second. One in scoring position now for Halifax as Allie stands in. First pitch, runner goes, and it's a called strike. Oh, she overran third, but the tag was not in time. Here's the 0-1. Over the outside corner for a called strike 2. Tyshana quickly ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-2 the count here on Allie. The delivery. Down low, and the count's evened up 2 apiece. Tyshawn is set, and she delivers. Swing the ground ball, and gets through up in the middle for a hit. Riley comes in to score, and Allie has an RBI single, and Halifax is on the board. Kaylee's the next hitter. First pitch, she swings and misses for strike 1. Tyshawn winds and delivers. Runner goes. Called strike 2. The throw down to second goes into center field, but no further advance. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now here on Kaylee. Here's the 1-2. Just misses outside. Counts evened up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyshawn is set, and she delivers. Up and in, counts full. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off. And we'll do it all over here. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning. Runner at second now with 2 down here as Morgan steps in. Here's the pitch. And it's popped up foul and out of play off the first base side. Everyone's set. And the 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Tyshawn once again quickly up in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Over the outside corner for a call. 3rd strike, and that is going to bring the top of the first inning to a close. Halifax does pick up a run, so as we go to the home half of the first inning, Halifax 1, Brockton coming up. get ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Let's quickly run down the Brockton lineup. We have Tyshana batting first, Zoe batting second, Ada third, Avery fourth, Kylie T fifth, Kaylee sixth, Cassie seventh, Leia eighth, Sophia ninth, Amelia 10th, Maya 11th, Divine 12th, Kylie P 13th, and Kayla 14th. Tyshana leading things off here for the Blazers as they come up down by a run. And she takes the first pitch down low for ball one. Here's the 1-0. Swung on in line to third, not quite handled there. The throw to first is in time for the out. Good recovery by the third baseman to make the play. And we've got one down now here in the home half of the first as Zoe steps in. First pitch is in there for a called strike. The 0-1 misses down low, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back, out of play. One ball and two strikes, the count now here on Zoe. Pitcher set, and she delivers. Swing and a miss, strike three. The catcher throws to first, and it's there for the out. Two quick outs here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring Ada up. Here's the pitch. Up and away, ball one. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. One ball and one strike to count. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. One ball and two strikes here on Ada with two down in the bottom of the first. Brockton trailing by a run. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Count remains a ball and two strikes. Here's the 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. It gets away from the catcher. The throw to first is there for the out, and that will retire the side in the first inning. No runs across for Brockton, and as we head to the second inning, Halifax 1, Brockton 0. We're set now for the start of the second inning. Grace will lead things off for Halifax. She takes a pitch up and away for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Ball and a strike to count. Here's the 1-1. Misses down low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on Grace. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Here's the 3-1. Right there for a called strike, and we've got ourselves another full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. It's popped up foul and out of play off the first base side. Everyone's set. And the 3-2 pitch. Misses down and away. Ball 4. Grace has herself a leadoff walk here in the top of the second inning. That's going to bring Gracie up next for Halifax. First pitch misses low. Runner goes. The throw to second is not quite there. The 1-0. Swinging a pop-up over towards second base. It's caught there for the first out of the inning. Still a runner in scoring position here with 1 out as Molly steps into the box. She squares. She offers and misses for strike 1. Everyone's reset here. And the 0-1 pitch fouled off. Tyshawn up in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 2-strike pitch. Misses low, runner goes, gets underneath the catcher, and she will take third. As we wait for the dust to settle, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Molly. Here's the pitch. Down low, counts evened up at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 outs now in the inning. Quinn will stand in next. She swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled back, and again, Tyshawn quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. And the 2-strike offering. Foul. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Fouled back again. And once again, we'll have a 2-strike pitch. Tyshawn is set. She winds and delivers. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that ends the inning. No runs across for Halifax as we go to the home half of the second inning. Halifax 1, Brockton 0. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the second inning. The Blazers trailing by a run. Avery will lead things off here for Brockton. Swings and pops up the first pitch over towards first, and it's caught there for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring Kylie Terry up to bat. She watches the first pitch go outside for a ball. She swings and misses. Counts even up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Kylie. I believe we might have had a catcher's interference there. Kylie is on first now, and Kaylee is the batter. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Inside, ball 1. The runner goes. The throw to second is not going to be there in time. One ball and 2 strikes to count here on Kaylee. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. The catcher throws to first for the out there. Two outs now in the inning as Cassie steps in. Brockton trying to get the tying run across. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. And Kylie makes it to third. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a pop-up towards the pitcher. She makes the catch for the third out of the inning. What a play by the pitcher. Brockton fails to score, and as we've completed 2 full innings, Halifax 1, Brockton 0. All right, we're set here to start the third inning. Halifax up by a run as Cat will lead things off. Here's the pitch, squares to bunt, and she bunts it foul. Oh, 1 pitch is outside. Evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Called strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high. The count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swinging a ground ball foul off the third base side. Count remains 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And another foul out of play. Cat keeping herself alive with a couple of foul balls here. The count's still 2-2. Taishana delivers. And another foul ball off the first base side. Oh, and almost a great play out. Almost had a youngster with an over-the-shoulder grab out of play. Here it comes. Down and outside, and the count's full. Tyshawn is set. And the payoff pitch. Misses down and away, ball 4. Great walk worked there by Cat. That's going to bring the top of the Halifax order up with Emma. With 1 on and nobody out here in the top of the third. First pitch misses up and away. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. The 2-0. Up high. 3 balls and no strikes to count here on Emma. Taishana winds and delivers over the outside corner for strike 1. Here's the 3-1. Runner goes, but I believe it's ball 4. It is ball 4. Couple of free passes to start the inning. Has runners at first and second with nobody out. As Riley comes up to bat. She reached and scored her first time up. She squares the bunt, and she pops the bunt back foul. She squares again, pulls it back, pitches high for a ball. Here comes the 1-1. She squares again, pulls it back. Runner goes. The throw to third is not quite there. She gets under the tag. Ground ball to short. Fielded there. The throw to first. Not in time. Cat comes in to score. First pitch to Allie misses up high. The 1-0 pitch. Misses away, ball 2. Over the outside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. Allie singled in the first Halifax run back in the first inning. The pitch. Up high. Ball 3. Outside. Ball 4. The throw to third. It was a needless throw to third on the walk, and a run comes in to score. Riley goes all the way to third. Kaylee, the batter here for Halifax. She squares the bunt. And the runner is out at first for leaving early. That's the first out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball one. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Pitch. Lined into right field, and it drops down for a hit. Riley comes in to score, and Kaylee has an RBI single. Halifax extends the lead to 4 as Morgan steps in. Pitch, runner goes. Down low for a ball. The throw is high, but a nice grab by Avery to prevent that ball from going into center field. She went up like she was grabbing a rebound. The 1-0. Swinging a pop-up off the first base side, but foul. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Over the inside corner for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Morgan. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second. It's fielded there. The throw to first is there for the out that retires. Oh, sorry, the second out of the inning. Kaylee advances to third on the play. That's going to bring Grace up. She walked her first plate appearance. She takes the first pitch down for a ball. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. The 1-1 pitch. Down and in, gets by the catcher. And Kaylee comes in to score. Two balls and 1 strike to count here to Grace. Still 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the third. Halifax up by 5. The shot is set, and the pitch popped up over towards first, and it is caught there for the out that ends the inning. 4 runs across for Halifax, and as we go to the bottom half of the third inning, Halifax 5, Brockton 0. All right, we're set here for the bottom of the third inning. The Blazers trailing by 5 as Leia will lead things off. And she swings at the first offering for strike 1. Everyone's ready, and the 0-1 fouled off. Leia quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Whoop. Umpire had timeout still. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out now here in the bottom of the third as Sophia comes up next. She takes the first pitch down low for a ball. The 1-0. Low again. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count now here on Sophia. First pitch, next pitch is up high. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch. Down and in, and Sophia draws a 1-out walk. That's going to bring Amelia up next. She squares, and she fouls the bunt back for strike 1. The 0-1, she squares again, pulls it back. The count's even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch squares the bunt again. Strike 2 went off the catcher's glove, and Sophia advanced to second on the play. 1-2 the count on Amelia. The pitch. And it's catcher's interference again, and Amelia will take first base. Runners at first and second now as Maya steps in. First pitch misses up high. The 1-0. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Maya. The 2-0. In there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike now the count on Maya. Pitcher's ready and delivers. Swung on and missed, evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down low, it gets by the catcher. And both runners will advance. Count's full. Critical move up there as now it opens up a drop third strike attempt for the batter. The pitch. Line back up the middle and into center field for a hit. Sophia comes in to score. Amelia's waved around, and she will eventually cross the plate as well. And Mayo with a 2-run single. That puts the Blazers on the board now as the Halifax coach will have a word with his pitcher. Pitchers conference is over. Devine will step in now. 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The pitch up high goes to the backstop, and Mayo will take second. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Devine. The pitch. High and outside goes to the backstop. And Maya will end up at third. Counts to even up at 2-2. The pitch. Up high and the count runs full. Pitcher's ready. Here's the payoff pitch. In there for a called strike 3. Tag is applied and the batter is out. Two outs now here in the inning as Kylie Pike will be the batter. She takes the first pitch high for a ball. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike that evens the count at 1-1. The pitch. Down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Kylie. Pitcher winds and delivers. In there for a called strike 2. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll bring the third inning to a close, but not before the Blazers pick up a pair of runs. And as we head to the 4th inning, Halifax 5, Brockton 2. All right, we're back to kick off the fourth inning. Halifax leading by 3 as Gracie will lead things off. First pitch misses down and away for a ball. As Shauna gets set, and the 1-0 pitch. Swing, it popped up over towards second base, and it's grabbed there by Amelia for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Molly up to bat. Popped up over towards first, it drops down, and it goes foul. Here's the 0-1. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Tyshauna quickly ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And just like that, 2 quick outs in the inning. That's going to bring Quinn up to bat next for Halifax. The pitch. Down and in, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. A little bit high and outside, ball 2. Tyshauna delivers. Up high, 3 balls and no strikes to count on Quinn. The pitch. Down low, and it's a 4-ball walk. She's going to try to go to second. The throw is there. And they run her back to first. A lot of excitement for a 2-out walk, and that'll bring Kat up. She walked and scored in the last inning. The pitch. Runner goes. The throw down to second. Quinn safe at second on the steal. Here's the pitch. Misses low. It gets by the catcher. And Quinn ends up at third now. The 2-0 pitch. Over the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now, the count on Quinn. Not Quinn, sorry, Kat. Quinn is on third. I've been saying her name so much it's ingrained in my head. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. The count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on third here in the top of the 4th. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards third, foul. Count remains 2-2. Tyshauna delivers. Swinging a ground ball to short. Bobbled there, and no play. Quinn comes in to score. Halifax extends the lead back to 4. Here's the first pitch to Emma, and she takes it for a strike. The runner goes to throw to second. Not in time. The runner evades the tag. Emma walked and scored in her last plate appearance. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Outside, gets a little bit away from the catcher, but not far enough for an attempt to advance. One ball and 2 strikes here on Emma. Taishana delivers. Over the outside corner for a called strike 3, and that will bring the top of the 4th inning to a close. Halifax picks up a run, and as we head to the home half of the 4th, Halifax 6, Brockton 2. We're set here now for the bottom of the 1st inning as Kayla offers at the first pitch for strike 1. Down and away, evens the count up 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Kayla. Swinging a line drive to third, and it's not handled there. The throw to first is not in time. Kayla reaches to lead off the inning. Taishana the batter. First pitch misses up and away, and Kayla will advance to second. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off. Ball and a strike now here on Taishana. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped up over towards second. It's caught there. The throw to second is in time to double her off. Halifax turns the double play, and quickly, just like that, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th. Zoe will be the next hitter for the Blazers. First pitch misses down and away. Fouled off. Ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Grounded over towards first. It's fielded there. First baseman takes it herself. And that will retire the side in the fourth. We've completed 4 full innings as we head to the fifth. Halifax 6, Brockton 2.
Good job, Brockton.
All right, we're back to start the fifth inning. Riley will lead things off here for Halifax. She's reached both times up and scored twice. She takes the first pitch down low for a ball. The 1-0. Swung on and fouled off. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Riley. Deshaun is set. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Dropped by the catcher. The throw to first is there. First out of the inning. Allie steps in next for Halifax. She's singled and walked so far tonight. She pops up the first pitch towards third, foul, and it drops down. Excellent try by Cassie over third base, but it was just out of her reach. The 0-1 pitch. Up high, evens the count up at 1-1. Shauna delivers. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on Alley. The 2-1. Ball 3. Here's the 3-1. Up high, and Alley draws her second walk of the game. One on and one out now for Kaylee. She singled and scored her last time up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The 0-1. Down low for a ball. Nice scoop by Kylie behind the plate to make sure that the runner can advance. Here's the 1-1. Popped up over towards first, and it's foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Kylie. Kylie's back in the box, and Moody delivers. Inside, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. Called! Strike 3! And that will be the second out of the inning. Morgan steps up next for Halifax. Here's the pitch. High and outside, it goes to the backstop, and Alley will head to second. Puts a runner in scoring position now for Halifax with 2 down in the inning. Here's the 1-0. Swinging the ground ball towards short. It's fielded there. The throw to first is no. Draw the first baseman off the bag. That'll put runners at the corners here with 2 outs as Grace steps in. She walked back in the second inning. She swings and pops the first pitch, foul out of play. And we've got timeout as we have a committee meeting at the mound. The meeting has adjourned. Everybody's heading back to their positions. And we've got a 1-strike count here on Grace. Here's the pitch. Down low, runner goes. And she'll take second base. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, it gets by the catcher, but no attempt to advance from third. Two balls and 1 strike to count here on Grace. the pitch. Over the inside corner, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 outs, a 2-2 count here as Halifax looking to hopefully get a couple more runs. The Blazers trying to put the fire out. The 2-2 pitch. Up and away, and the count's full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4. That'll load the bases up here for Halifax. And Gracie will be the hitter. Here's the pitch. Down low, blocked by the catcher. Here's the 1-0. This is low again, ball 2. Tyshawn is set. The 2-0 pitch. Right there for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Gracie. Bases full of Halifax runners with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. The 2-1 pitch. Lined over towards second. It's grabbed there by Amelia. The throw to first is in time for the out that ends the inning. Halifax threatens, but they do not score. And as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, Halifax 6, Brockton 2. All right, we're ready for the home half of the 5th inning with Brockton trailing by 4. Ada will lead things off for the Blazers. She takes the first pitch away for a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball over towards third. The pitcher fields it, and she's not going to have a play. Ada kicks things off with a leadoff single. That'll bring Avery up next. She checks her swing. The runner goes. The throw to second. Not in time. Here's the 1-0. Over the outside corner, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Avery. Here's the 1-2. Up high, and the bounce evened up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitcher set, and she delivers. Up and away. Gets a little away from the catcher, and Ada ends up at third. In the meantime, the counts run full on Avery. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 out now here for the Blazers. And that'll bring Kylie Terry up to bat. She reached on a catcher's interference her first time up. First pitch misses low. Ada over on third as Brockton tries to chip into this 4-run lead. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2, it gets by. Ada's going to try and score. And she's out at home. Two down now in the inning. The 2-0 pitch. Up and away. 3 balls and no strikes here to Kylie. Right there for a strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, ball 4. Kylie draws a 2-out walk. Kaylee stands in next for the Blazers. First pitch misses down low. Kylie tries to go to second. The throw is not in time. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It gets by the catcher, and Kylie's going to end up over at third. Swing and a miss by Kaylee. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Pitch misses down low. It gets by the catcher. Kylie's going to try and score. And she slides in safely. The unconventional split slide into home gets the job done. And just like that, Brockton cuts the lead to 3. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded over towards first, and it's foul. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to third. Fielded by the third baseman. The throw to first is there for the out that'll end the inning. The Blazers do pick up a run, and as we head to the 6th inning, Halifax 6, Brockton 3. All right, we're set to kick off the 6th inning here. Molly will lead things off for Halifax. She swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. She walked and scored in her last plate appearance. The pitch, down low, evens it up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count now here on Molly. The 2-1. Down low and away. Shauna delivers. Misses low, ball 4. Molly will draw a leadoff walk. That'll bring Quinn up to bat next. She walked and scored her last time up. Batter squares. She puts the bunt down, but it's foul. Brockton adjusts for the bunt. She squares. She puts the bunt down, and it's foul again. 2 quick strikes here on Quinn. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Down low, runner goes. The throw to second is not going to be in time. One ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Tag is applied for the out. 1 away in the inning. And that'll bring Kat up to bat. She walked and reached on an error so far tonight, scored a run. First pitch is there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Outside. Shauna gets ready, and she delivers. Runner goes. And the throw is not going to be there quite in time. It gets by, but good backup by Maya out in left field to make sure the runner can't try to score. Two balls, 1 strike, the count here on Kat. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 3. Here's the 3-1. Down low, ball 4. That'll put runners at the corners here now with 1 out. Emma steps in the box. She walked and scored back in the 3rd. Check swing foul on the first pitch. The 0-1. Outside, runner goes. And she'll take second on the defensive indifference. 2 in scoring position for Halifax now. The 1-1 pitch. Down low. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Emma. Here's the 2-1. Down and outside. Gets by the catcher. The runner's going to try and score. The throw is not in time. And Halifax now puts the lead back to 4. Emma steps back in. Aishana delivers the 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. Counts full. And the payoff pitch is on the way. Fouled back, and we'll do it all over again. Here comes another 3-2. Fouled back again. And the duel continues. Full count offering number 3 on the way. Up and outside, ball 4. Runners at the corners again here for Halifax. As Riley stands in. She takes the first pitch up. The runner goes, and they will let her have second. Riley has reached base and scored twice on the night. The 1-0. Down low. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Over the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike now here on Riley. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. The throw to first. In time for the out. The run comes in to score. A second runner's going to try and score. And she will get there. So 1-3 on the put out. 2 runners in to score, and the Halifax lead increases to 6. First pitch grounded over towards second. Amelia makes the play and gets the out on Allie. That will bring the top of the 6th inning to a close. Halifax does pick up 3 runs, and as we go to the home half of the 6th inning, it's Halifax 6, Brockton 3. All right, we're ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Brockton trailing by 6. Cassie will lead things off. First pitch is popped up, foul and out of play. Please keep your eyes on the ball and the action at all times. Swinging the line drive over towards short. It's fielded there. The throw to first is there for the first out of the inning. Leia will be the next hitter here for Brockton. She pops the first pitch up, and the catcher makes the play. And 2 quick outs in the inning. Sophia will be the next hitter for the Blazers. She walked and scored her first time up. Soph takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Low, ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Over the outside corner, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike here on Sophia with 2 down in the bottom half of the 6th inning. In there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now here. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. She makes the throw to first for the out that will retire the side. No runs across for the Blazers after 6. It's Halifax 9, Brockton 3. All right, we're set to kick off our 7th and final inning here tonight. Kaylee will lead things off for Halifax. She singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. She fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed, and Taishana quickly ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul off the first base side, and no play to be had there. Another 0-2. Down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Kaylee. The pitch. Lined into right field for a hit. Throw comes in, and Kaylee will be held to a single. Leadoff runner on for Halifax here as Morgan comes up to bat. She singled her last time up. Pitch. Back up to the middle. Fielded it short. And she's out at second. One out in the inning as Zoe able to get there just in time to get the runner at second. That'll bring Grace up to bat. She's walked twice so far today. First pitch misses down and in. Runner goes. The throw to second. Not fielded cleanly there. The pitch. Down low. Gets by the catcher. And Morgan heads over to third. The 2-0. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Grace. Swing and a miss there, and the count's evened up 2-2. Shauna winds and delivers, and it's fouled off, and the count remains 2-2. The 2-2 pitch once again. Popped into right field for a hit. Morgan will come in to score, and Grace has an RBI single as Halifax plates their 10th run of the game. First pitch to Gracie is popped towards short. Zoe has the catch there for the out. Two outs in the inning. Molly will be the next hitter. She walked and scored her last time up. First pitch is down low. The runner goes. It gets away from the catcher, and there will be no throw. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Down low, ball 2. Swing and foul back. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count now here on Molly. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Runner goes to third. The throw. She's out at third. And that will bring the top of the 7th inning to a close. Halifax adds 1 more run to the total as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Blazers as they trail Halifax 10-3. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning, last chance for the Blazers as they trail by 7. Amelia will lead things off for Brockton. She reached on a catcher's interference and scored her first time up. And she swings and misses at the first pitch. The 0-1. Fouled off. And Amelia's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Amelia. The 1-2 pitch. Down low, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Up high and the count's full. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Amelia draws a leadoff walk. She battled the pitcher and the bugs and made it to first. One on, nobody out here from Maya. She singled and takes the first pitch outside for a ball, and Amelia will take second as it escapes the catcher's grasp. Maya drove in the first two runners for the Blazers back in the third inning. She takes another pitch up high, ball two. Here's the 2-0. Down low, ball three. It gets to the backstop, and Amelia will take third. 3 balls and no strikes to count here on Maya. The 3-0 pitch. Inside ball 4. It gets by the catcher. And Amelia either thought better of it or was instructed better of it. No matter who made the call, it was the right one. Runners at the corners here now with nobody out, as Devine will be the next hitter. She swings and misses at the first pitch, and Maya will take second with no throw. The 0-1. Down low, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike here on Devine. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. First out of the inning. Still 2 in scoring position for the Blazers as Kylie Pike stands in. She watches the first pitch go by for strike 1. The 0-1. In there for a called strike 2. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Foul into the catcher's mitt. Strike 3. The Blazers now down to their last out. Kayla stands in. She reached on an error her first time up. First pitch misses outside. Brockton still trailing by 7. Here's the 1-0. Up high, ball 2. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. He gets by the catcher. Amelia's going to try and score, and she does. Maya advances to third on the play. Lead now to 6. 2 balls and a strike. The count on Kayla. The pitch. Grounded foul. It evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Blazers now down to their final strike. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up over towards first base. It is handled there, and that will bring this one to a close. Both teams lining it up. Congratulate each other for a game well played. 2 complete games thrown by our pitchers here today. Tyshana for Brockton and Emma for Halifax. A very well pitched and well played game by both sides. And your final score, Halifax 10, Brockton 4. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time for more Brockton Blazers softball.